Good morning, and we're live from sunny and beautiful. This is the Virgin Islands, it's St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, folks. We're in Carrot Bay. Look at Carrot Bay. Oh my gosh, this is where we are. We are. Listen, we just got. This is our last show from here until we go back to where it's cold. You know, I text some people from Huntsville, where we live, and they were saying, shame on me. It's 36 degrees. Oh, I'm sorry to laugh. But listen, man, it has been, listen, we're going to be here a total of 10 days, enjoying the weather, enjoying the people, talking to people. Listen, Kenyatta, we've been seeing property. Remember that property I told you we're going to take a look at? It is gorgeous. Now, I'm telling you, it has 360-degree roads all around. It can be accessed. It can be built on both sides, which is tough to do in here because, listen, a lot of these, it's almost like 90 degrees up and down to build over here, and the land that we're looking at is virtually flat. All right.
And that's why you can't moderate anybody up here on the stage but yourself. That's all I'm gonna say about that, Don.
Oh, wait a second. I'm not paying attention. Is anybody else moderated besides
Jared
me?
is here. Moderate him quick.
Yeah, you can moderate him quick.
Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. Let me see here. All right. There you go. All right, Jared. There you are, man.
All right, y'all.
Sorry, I
About
was
to do a
just
little
too
shuffle.
busy outside doing my thing. So I'm going to go back outside and finish up. So listen, thank you for being here, everybody. This has been an amazing, amazing trip. And the reason why I keep going in and out is because Kirk Nugent, who is our producer, saying, Don, I would love for you to stay outside and show everybody, but the wind noise is just too bad. So go out, show some people your stuff, talk about it a little bit, but get back inside so I can have a perfect sound quality. All right, because he's a perfectionist. So anyway, so I appreciate him for what he does, and to be able to bring these fabulous pictures. See, ooh, look at somebody's boat out there. See, that's where I need to be. See that boat? I need to be out there on that boat. Okay, but you know what? I love what I do. I love being able to be here to talk to you, and I love doing this show. For the next 2 hours, we're going to be dropping some fabulous information on you. And Jared, I need you to kick the whole thing off.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope all is well. Welcome to the P.I.L.L Method Club. In my opinion, this is the best room on Clubhouse. We're going to learn how to pay off a mortgage in 7 years, and also just how to look at amortization charts in general to save interest cost instead of focusing on interest rate. So if you're in the club, if you're in the room today, I need you to go ahead and click that greenhouse at the top and follow the club. Also, when you follow the club, go to the About section and read the description so you can understand what the P, the I, the L, and the L stands for. All right. And if you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, we'd love for you to share this room or share this stream with your network. So Twitter, you can retweet it. Facebook, share it with your network. And on Clubhouse, there's a little circular arrow in the lower left-hand corner. Go ahead and click that and share the room and ping people in the room as well. We're going to get straight into the content. So in this room, it's very interactive. For the next 2 hours, you can come on stage, or if you're on the streams, you can type in your questions and go ahead and ask Don questions about your mortgage, your refinance, your student loans, your car loans, your overall credit card debt situation. Because what you're going to get is some real tangible information to help you with your financial goals. So with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to pass the mic to Don so that he can go ahead and introduce himself. And then we're going to go through some quick moderator introductions. And while we do that, I would love for you in the audience to go ahead and raise your hand and come on stage and start asking questions. Or if you're on the streams, feel free to type in questions. As Don explains what he can teach you today, go ahead and take advantage of it and come on stage or type it in and ask that question. This is going to be live stream, as I mentioned, on 4 different platforms. If you're in Clubhouse and you'd like to see Don actually be on screen, you can see his background, you can see the amortization charts and the calculators and the numbers. Slide over to your laptop, your computer, your iPad, and type in ice10klive.com. Just copy in the link that's above us onto your browser on your computer. Choose either YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter, and then go ahead and choose the live streaming option and watch Don as he breaks it down while you can still be on Clubhouse and still come on stage to ask a question. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic back to Don so he can introduce himself, and then we're going to go through quick moderator introductions. So Don, back to you.
All right, Kurt, go ahead and unmute. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now. Yep.
There we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Don Daniel. I'm the interest cancellation expert. For the last 16 years, we've been telling people how they can cut their interest costs by 75%. You know, the interest rate you're charged, the interest rate you're quoted is not the interest rate you pay. So many people over the years are now finding out that they're paying about 75% more interest than they need to. It is the interest cost that is the problem, not the interest rate. So if you know how the bank charges interest by learning how to read an amortization schedule, guess what? You can affect your interest cost. So if you have a $200,000 mortgage at 3% interest for 30 years, the bank wants $103,000 in interest. So your total purchase price is now $303,000. Well, what if you could cut that interest cost down to about, I don't know, 25,000 instead, using the very same budget without sacrificing lifestyle? Meaning you don't have to eat beans and rice 7 days a week. You don't have to drive a 30-year-old car. You don't have to sell pizzas at night. You don't have to cut up your credit card. You don't have to stay home and not go anywhere and not do anything and create and not be able to create memories for your children. And then when all the debt is paid off, then you can start living. Now your children have a bad attitude about money. They're grown, all right? And now they don't, because they've heard so many times that money doesn't grow on trees. We got to get out of debt. No, wrong way. Okay, live an enhanced lifestyle. Okay, get out of debt in 7 to 9 years. And who does the cutting? The bank does the cutting. We're going to cut their interest costs by 75%. Don't take money away from your family. You don't need more money to get out of debt, ladies and gentlemen. You need to pay less interest. And we're going to talk to you about how to do that today. Jared, back to you.
All right. So if that doesn't motivate you to come on stage, ask a question, I don't know what will. But if not, Don will whip out an example. So Don, go ahead and have an example ready for after these mod introductions. But we would love for you to come on stage and then do something customized for you that'll give you some value for your specific financial situation. But it's also super beneficial to the audience that's listening to hear the back and forth and the breakdown and the resolution. So come on stage, or if you're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube, type in your questions early so that we can get to you ASAP. So with that being said, we're going to go through some 30-second moderator introductions. My name is Jared Albritton. I do a lot of rooms around tech, how to break in, also how to get your startup funded. So if you want to see my content, feel free to go to jarrett10k.com. That's JARRETT10k.com. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as Clubhouse. With that being said, I'm passing the mic to 10K Cards.
Super good morning, family. How are you? It's always a great day when you wake up in the pill method. When you're a part of great family members who you know are actually making a positive impact in society and in families. So I'm here today to support Don. I'll be here briefly. And I have my sniper Tiffany in the room to help back me up if I'm not here. So we're here to support Don in helping families to get out of debt, pay off their mortgages early, and they can now redirect that extra money into growing financial generational wealth for their family. So our goal is to make sure that everyone in the room today that have a copy of Don's book, we fulfill their order by getting the 10K card. Okay, Don willingly walked up on the cross, tied himself to the cross, and said, "Good, I paid the price." So now everyone can have their 10K card. So that's us, guys. I'm the founder and CEO of 10K Cards and Savage Marketing, and I'm here to support. But as I mentioned, I'll be here briefly because I have a social room as well to take care of. Back to you, Jared.
Hey,
All
Jared,
right.
Jared,
So up
just
next
just
is
for a
our
second.
co-host and the official commercial lender of the Pill Method, Kenyatta. Please introduce yourself.
Wait, hold on for just a second. I just want to point out. Can you guys hear me? I just want to point out that it sounds like 10K spent like $10 or $15 on this microphone because it sounds so much better.
It was a dollar. It was $1.50. They had a closeout sale. $1.50.
I'm sorry, Kenyatta. I had to throw that in there. It's on you, sweetie.
That's okay because I love me a good sale. So my name is Kenyatta, you guys, and you can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And like Jerry said, I'm the official commercial and business purpose loan officer here in the Pill Method room. That means that I can fund the deal, but I can first find the deal for you too as a broker out of the states of Illinois, Georgia, and Florida. And I am here because I believe this is the thing that we all been waiting for to change our financial situation. And I really urge you guys to go to ice10klive.com on another device, may it be your desktop, laptop, or tablet, so you can view these examples. Good morning.
All right, Tiffany, you're up next.
Oh, that was quick. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing fantastic on this Wednesday hump day. Oh, I can't believe it's here already. Well, that means one thing. We got the Y CEO Club today at 3 o'clock. Yes, 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 yes. We are going to be sharing with you how to be fundable. So make sure you tap in, make sure you come. We meet, we start on time and we end on time. Yep, your girl has been trained and I know how to do the thing. So I'm really excited. I'm a speaker, I'm an international speaker, I'm a business coach, men's empowerment speaker. I love to give you value because I want you to be free financially. And I want to answer your questions, should you have any, about how to ensure that your business is fundable. Because this year they've passed an amazing bill and they have segmented a large chunk of that money for us, African American businesses. So we need to get those dollars, but we have to be funding ready. So that when you tap into Queen Kenyatta, you qualify. So make sure you get on over there. You can tap in at theyceo.club, and you can also hit my back channel. All the links are there. And we got some amazing things that are coming up that you will hear more about later on after we're done with the show. Thank you guys so much for being here. God bless.
Amazing. Good morning, family. So great to be here with you all. I'm Erin Porsche, founder and CEO of Global Works Consulting Group. And in my company, we facilitate innovative ways to build community and also creative ways to close the wealth gap. With our solutions, we help businesses access, win, and maintain government contracts from business development to marketing outreach, as well as serving as a fractional COO. Are you able
Oh,
to hear
sorry,
me?
sorry, my fault.
Okay, no worries. So with that, we connect the buyers to the suppliers to bridge the wealth gap in the federal government space. So you can connect with me by visiting LadyErin10k.com. That's LadyErin10k.com to learn more about our solutions and how we can serve you. Thanks for connecting. And also, please connect with me over on Instagram, where you can get a lot of valuable information and nuggets on how to get started.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. My name is Kirk Nugent. Get to serve as your producer for this great room. I am a former missionary and IT exec turned content creator and live video coach. I've been given the title the Geek Speaker Preacher, and it really embodies my passions: technology, media, speaking, and ministry. While I'm growing intentionally on a number of social media platforms, my primary focus is on YouTube, where I teach small businesses, entrepreneurs, and faith-based entities how to harness the power of live video. Your live stream is your digital storefront, and Don Daniels is a perfect example of that. And we're excited to partner with the Pill Method. If you want to learn more about harnessing the power of live video, tap in with me at kirk10klive.com. Thank you and good morning.
All right, up next is Arnez.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Arnez. I'm an SBA loan expert, personal credit, business credit expert, financial strategist. I done helped over 1,000 people achieve their goals through those platforms of personal credit and business credit. I teach people how to leverage those platforms to create passive streams of income, and from that, create generational wealth. My youngest client I work with is 18 years old, because at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, we don't want to let our youth wait till they need credit. We want to teach them before they need credit, because luck is nothing but preparation and proper timing. I give free consultations out to everybody that's in the room. So if you would like a free consultation, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Clubhouse and all social media platforms. And my link is actually in my bio. And I'm done.
All right, up next is Olivia. All right.
Good morning. I'm sorry, just dropped my son to school. My name is Olivia. I'm a realtor out here in New York, primarily assisting first time home buyers, sellers, and commercial clients. If you're interested, please reach out to me by going to olivia10k.com. You'll get all of my social media handles, my website. You can set up a free buyer's consultation. And if you own a home, you can also get a free market analysis as well. Thank you so much.
All right, all right. And again, if you're in the Clubhouse audience, we'd love for you to come on stage. Feel free to raise your hand and ask a question about 15-year versus 30-year, or should I do the refinance, or should I put that big down payment down? There's a lot of great questions you can ask, and Don will help you save a ton of money in 2022 and beyond with his answers. So take advantage, come on stage. But with that being said, Credit Goddess, please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, happy hump day. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I'm all things credit. I'm a credit score improvement strategist, business credit consultant, and an educator at Be Free University. And I'm just here to support Don as usual and all these wonderful moderators up here. Like Jared said, if you guys have any questions, definitely come up. No question is a dumb question, but this will help the audience members as well and to understand their situation when it comes to loans. So definitely come up and ask your questions, and anything credit related, I'm here to help. Thank you for having me.
All right. So, Don, it looks like we're going to have to just give us an example from one of the thousands of customers you've helped over your time doing the Pill Method. So, if you want to see this example live on your screen and you're on Clubhouse, go to ice10klive.com on your browser, your iPad, your desktop, your laptop, and put in that browser, choose YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, so you can see these examples live on your screen. They'll really help you break down the numbers and understand the impact of the Pill Method. So with that being said, Don, what's the example we're going to go with first?
Well, listen, folks, we're going to get into this thing. And just so you know, number one, all right, I am to the very top left, all right, but because of the fact that we're live from St. Thomas, I'm speaking through Kirk Nugent's audio, so it's actually me in the upper left. So, interest cancellation expert. So if you have something that you want to say hi to me or whatever, it's not Kurt, it's me, Don Daniel, interest cancellation expert, upper left. You can still message me there, but I won't be able to answer any messages until we're done. So if you just want to say hi, great. If you want a question answered during the show, you want to send it to Jared or Kenyatta. All right. So listen, folks, we have about 29 people in here, and I'm wondering, Jared, are we actually seen in the hallway right about now?
We are seen, but we could be seen by more people. So if you see that number 3 in the hallway, that means 3 people have shared this room in the hallway. We have about 28 people in here. We'd love for everybody on the stage and in the audience to go ahead and click that 3 and then click share on the Clubhouse, and then drop a couple of emojis. I'm going to drop a couple of fire emojis. and I go ahead and click share. So now you see it's at number 4. We'd love to see that number go up to 5, 6, 10, 15, 20. Let's get people in the room so as many people can see this example as possible that Don's about to break down. There's also a little plus symbol at the bottom as well. If there's specific people that you know are drowning in debt, have mortgages that they feel like they'll never pay off, which is basically everybody in your network, or student loans that just never go away, pinging them into this room and giving them the opportunity to learn how to take 30 years and shave it down to 7, or get your student loans that go on forever and get them done in a couple of years. They are going to forever love you. So go ahead and click that number 7. I see you climbing, and click that plus sign. Let's let people into this room. And if you're on the streaming platforms, share to your network. With that being said, we'll keep watching the numbers rise while you do your example, Dom.
Listen, we're going to do something special today, Jared. Something we've never, ever done in this room, in the Pill Method room, in our club, and the How to Pay Off Mortgages in 7 Years. We are helping people cut thousands of dollars off of their interest. And people have often asked, Don, what do you charge for that? Okay, so we have about 20 different price points, folks. Asking me what I charge is like calling up a person who paints houses and says, what do you charge to paint my house? And they'll come back and says, well, is it a doghouse? Is it a is it a ranch? Is it 2-story? Is it, what is it? So it all depends on what we're actually doing for you, and what the benefits are. So, and here's a secret for you folks. If you want to get good value, never ask one question. You want to ask 2 questions. What does it cost? And what is my benefit? If the benefit outweighs the cost, there is no cost. There's only a net benefit. So I'm going to run through an example for a businessman, and I'm going to tell you what we charged him to save him $890,000. All right. Now, these were last year's prices. So last year's prices are not this year's prices. But know this: what you're going to be charged for our program is going to be taken out of the interest that you save from the bank. So we're not asking for extra money. We're just saying, all that money you're not going to give to the bank, we just need a teeny piece of that for a lifetime program so that you can save the rest and you can use the program over and over and over again. What do I mean by that? So we actually have one client that's paying off their 4th house next year, and they only bought the program once back in 2008. And how much have we charged them since then? Absolutely zero. All right. So this is the gift that keeps on giving. So folks, I know we like to focus in on price, but what you really want to know is, what is it going to cost? And what is the difference? Price is one thing, and I'll give you an example of that. When I was younger, remember Schwinn bicycles? Schwinn bicycles. All right. So the price of a Schwinn bicycle and one from the department store or Sears or something like that was different. The Schwinn bicycle cost more. All right. But here's the thing: while other kids were fixing their bikes, kids on the Schwinn bicycles were riding theirs because they weren't breaking down. Okay. So focus on what you're getting out of a deal instead of what you're paying for the deal. And I'm telling you, you're going to end up way better. Watch this now. All right. Let me know if you see our example on the screen there, Kurt Nugent.
Yep, we got it. 1 second.
Okay. Let me know when we're ready because I can't see it.
We are ready.
All right. Thank you, sir. So here's what we've got. This is a businessman. And he says, Don, I read your book. We are with these 2 commercial loans, all right, over $2 million. we're paying about $14,000 a month on these, but we're cash flowing over $40,000 a month on the buildings. Um, and then he says, we thought we were in good shape because we did everything else right. But when I read your book, he told me he found out that he was paying too much interest to get the equity he was building up in the properties. So before, he was just looking at the interest as something the tenants pay. But by reading the book, he came to the realization that when he receives a rent check, all of that money is his, all of it. So what you want to do is try to keep more of that money instead of just looking at interest as the cost of doing business. And folks, if you are not, listen, we need to start pinging some people in there. You need to hit those little round arrows. Get some of your friends in here and to watch this, because when you see what is happening here, it's going to be almost unbelievable. So hit those little arrows. We want to see that number rise to get some people in here to see this example. So here's what we've got. In 2 months on this particular loan at 3.25%, okay? He paid down this loan by $7,374.92. What did he pay in interest to get that? $4,609.08 in interest to get this. So he paid out like $12,000 just to get $7,300 in potential equity. Watch this next loan. In 37 months, he paid it down by $99,795.91. That's how much he paid the loan down in 37 months. But because this was at 5%, he paid $222,252 in interest just to pay the loan down by $99,000. Folks, that's over $320,000 paid out just to pay his loan down by $99,000. Listen, I got to ask you, do you think that is too much interest to pay to get it down by $99,000? Come on. So, Kirk, what do you think about this?
Man, it's almost too good to be true, Doc.
Come on, man. Listen to that. This is crazy money that they're paying out. So listen. So when we put the whole thing together, all right, I said when the first 5 years of these two loans, you will pay the loan down by $409,592.65. That's how far down you'll pay the loan. But the bank will charge you $472,167.35 in interest to pay that down over $800,000, over $800,000, 870. Listen, that's crazy money. $890,000, almost $900,000 paid out just to pay the loan down by $409,000. Why didn't he care before? Because the tenants were paying the bill. How would you like to know how you can still get the tenants to pay the bill, but you can cut your interest costs by 75% or more? We're going to get into that right now. So far, this is what he's spent. A total of $334,000. This was what to date. $334,000 at the time I talked to him. But his benefit was $107,170.83. He never looked at that before because he was making plenty of money on the deal. So the subtotal in interest was $226,000. Okay? $861.17. That's how much interest he's paid. Now, when we presented this to him, I told him, here's how much interest the bank wants from you from this day forward. Okay? The bank wants from you another $1,123,195 just in interest alone. That's it. The bank wants that from you. And before you read my book, you were willing to pay that because at the end of the day, you were still going to make money. But he thought let's go ahead and continue to make money the way we're making money and make some money elsewhere. Watch this now. Which would you prefer, folks? Which side would you prefer? Everybody who comes to the P.I.L.L method gets this information when they ask for a savings and earnings report. So we're going to go over the savings part and we're going to go over the earnings part. Okay. So if you have a loan, any loan, if you have a mortgage and you have some other loans, you want to know how soon you can pay off your debt, and you want to know how much interest you can save, and then what can you do with the interest you save. Watch what we did for this gentleman. So we asked him this. You need to pay off $2,236,376 in debt. The bank wants you to pay $1,123,195 in interest on top of that. Okay, wanted to pay to access that property. Wanted to pay $3,300,000, way too much money, and wanted to take 21.9 years to do it. So here's what we showed him. Instead of paying $1,123,000, he's going to pay $243,463 instead, using his current budget and the majority of his money, the money that he's designated that's supposed to go into reinvesting, we didn't touch. He just said, Don, out of the $40,000 we're making every month, we're putting a little bit of that money into an account that we use to make repairs. About $6,000 of that money goes into an account. It's sitting in the bank. And I said, well, how much in a bank account? What kind of account? He said, a savings account. So I said, it's like making like 1/10 of 1%. He said, yeah, but we're making so much money over here that doesn't bother me to keep $100,000 over here. All right, just to be able to make repairs and to do the things that we need to. The rest of that money is going into investment. You can't touch that. I said, okay, not a problem. Here's what we can do with strategically using that money in that account. All right, we can do this by applying money to principal and then calculating how much interest we save. So watch what we do here. He's going to pay $243,463 to manage this loan. He's going to save $891,726 in interest to do that. He's going to pay off what he needs to pay off in 4.9 years, not 21.9, but 4.9, less than 5 years. And he's going to be able to do that without using the money that he's investing in other properties, just strategically using the money he has on the side over here for repairs on his building. So guess what, folks? Now I need some people to come up on stage or send us a message on the back channel if they're watching this on YouTube or on the live stream. If he can pay this loan off for $243,000, just pay out $243,463 instead of $1,123,000, would he be better off for doing that? I just need to hear from somebody. All right. Kurt, what do you think? Would he be better
Of course
off?
he's better off. 243 versus 1 million. Yeah, definitely better off.
Okay. I'm about to make this abundantly clear for you, Kurt. Our fee to him for a lifetime program that he can use over and over and over again, it's in the $243,000. This isn't all interest. This is interest plus the fee. The interest you pay over time. The interest you pay over time, the fee you pay up front. Just like, he's refinanced loans for more. He's refinanced these loans for a fee more than what we charged him to save him $891,000. $891,000. So what is the fee? All right. So I'm going to have you all do a little bit of math and we're going to see who wants to send in the information. If somebody doesn't type it in, we're not going to reveal it. I'm not going to reveal it unless somebody mentions to us what that is. Okay, you can send it to Jared, you can send it to Kenyatta, you can if you're on the live stream, you can do it. So here's what we did. The actual amount of interest that he's going to pay using the P.I.L.L method is $231,468. $231,468. And listen, folks, why is this so important? Because he paid, in 37 months, he paid $222,000 in interest just on one loan. And he was happy to do it before he met the P.I.L.L method because he was making plenty of money. He paid $222,000 just on this one loan to pay it down by $99,000. We're going to show him how to pay $231,000 in interest to pay off $2,236,376. So what is the fee? Take the $231,000 and subtract it from the $243,463, and you'll know what we charged this gentleman to do this. And remember, the fee last year, yesterday's fee is not today's fee. But how much did we charge him, folks? Do we have any answers out there from anybody?
I'm looking. I don't see any online. I don't know if
Oh,
anybody's.
Lord, okay, because I'm not going to announce it unless somebody does the math, okay? Because pull out your calculator. All right, remember, the actual amount of interest that he's going to pay is $231,468, and he's going to pay out a total in interest and the fee $243,463. Take this number, $243,463, and subtract the $231,468 in interest. You will know the fee. What?
11,995 is what my calculator said. Under $12,000.
Why, CEO? Are you kidding me? Did we do some wrong math here? Are you telling me to save him $891,000? He paid what?
Less than $12,000, $11,995.
He's paid up to $20,000 for refinancing on these loans.
He paid less than half that amount to cancel all of his interest.
$891,000. So, folks, we're not done. We're not done. So, if he didn't pay that interest, okay, to acquire that same asset, and he took that money and put it in some sort of investment over the next, 15 years or so, put that money away in an investment over the next 15 years, making 1% on his money, just a 1% return on his money, do you know it would add up to $9,699,756? So you tell me, folks, for under 12 grand, do you think this businessman jumped on this deal? And guess what? Because this is a business expense, what do you think he's going to give to his accountant? What's going to happen to the money that he paid for the program because it's a business expense? Anybody?
Tax write-off.
A tax write-off to save $891,000 in interest he doesn't have to pay off in 4.9 years. Take the money that he was going to be paying over the next 15 years anyway and invest it in something else. Even at 1%, it becomes $9,699,756. Folks, he's not going to put it to work at 1% interest. He's going to put it to work for a lot more than that. What we're doing with average families using this methodology, we're turning average families into millionaires. And how are we doing it? We're taking a small fraction, of the $891,000 in interest that he would have paid the bank, a small fraction of that, to pay for the program that you can get out of debt in an average of 7 to 9 years. Take the funds that you didn't spend on those loans and invest it in your family. We're taking average families and turning them into millionaires with what money? The money they would have paid the bank over 30 years anyway. My goodness. So, folks, don't look at the fee, look at the benefit. He couldn't listen. He almost broke his hand trying to write that check. He couldn't believe what he was seeing and what we were going to be able to do for him. Kurt, back to you, sir. Jared, back to you. I'm so excited here. I don't even know what to say myself.
Come on, Jared. Here we go.
All right. So that is a pretty crazy example, everybody. So if you just take that example and you think about your personal, debt, credit card, student loan, or mortgage situation, think about how impactful Don would be able to give you advice. So make sure you type in your questions in the chat or come on stage. We love interactions. This room only goes for an hour and 15 minutes and it never fails. Around the 15-minute mark, where it's left to the show, we'll have like 5-6 people's hands up. And I'm always thinking, man, they should have just raised their hand at the 45-minute mark. So please raise your hand, come on stage, ask a question. We would love to hear from you. And then also, Don, if people want to understand how to be debt free, the year, month, and day that they would be debt free, how would they get in touch with you and your team to do so?
Well, listen, Jared, they're not going to just be debt free, but we're going to show them how to take that interest that they didn't pay the bank and turn it into generational wealth for them and their families. So it's the extra interest you guys pay is not the real problem. The real problem is the money that money that you pay in extra interest can never make for you because you gave it to the bank. So how do they get a hold of us? They go to ice10klive.com. We're going to put it right on the screen. Go to ice10klive.com and click on the button that says get a savings and earnings report. Follow the instructions. All of the instructions. The instructions are right there. Okay. If you follow the instructions, because we're trying to keep robots out of the system, then what we're trying to do is verify your cell phone number. When you put in your cell phone number and you click confirm, you will get a code sent to your text number, to your text messages. Wait for the code. When you receive the code, then put the code in the space provided. Sometimes people keep clicking on confirm, and every time you click confirm, you get a new code. When you get a new code, the old code is no longer valid. So by the time you receive that code, it's no longer valid. So when you put it in, it doesn't work because you click that button 2 or 3 times. Click it once, get the code, put it in. All right. There you go. Once you do that, we'll let you into a financial form. You fill out the financial form, and you will know the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free and how much interest you can save. And then we'll give you an idea of what that interest you save can make for you over the next few years at a 1% return on your money. So that's what we're talking about, folks. That's how you get that done. All right. So, Jared, back to you, sir.
All right. And everybody in the room, Don is at 6.9K. We'd love to see him by the end of the show hit 7K. So if you're not following Don in the upper left-hand corner, make sure you click on his profile, give him a follow, and click that always on notification next to the follow button, that bell. And also make sure you tap in on all the bios of Kenyatta, YCO, Aaron, Kirk, Arnez, Olivia, Credit Goddess, and Coffee Brown. Your hallway is curated by who you follow. So if you want to see really great content on this app, make sure that you're following them and check out the replays as well. All right. So we would love to have a question from the audience. So this is a great room. If you've never been on a stage before, this is one of the friendliest rooms you can be on. And more importantly, the most actual impactful room, because he's going to help you avoid some decisions that you think make sense, but when he breaks down the pill method, He's going to save you a ton of money. So please go ahead and raise your hand. Also want to say thank you to the 12 people that have shared the room. Let's keep on sharing. Click that number 12, click that yellow hand, and invite people into this room. But Kirk, any questions on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or Twitter?
No questions so far. Just folks saying good morning and a couple other things that we got going on there, but no questions right now. I don't know what's going on, Jared, man. Looks like people are moving a little slower on this Wednesday, man. But listen, I'm certain that Don's got another example or something to share with folks as we get ready to get started here. One other thing I would mention is that our numbers online are a little lower than normal. If anybody wants to see the examples, I mean, Don just went through a phenomenal example a second ago, but if you want to see that example, all you got to do is go to ice10klive.com, and he has the simulcast icon there. You click on that. You can select which platform you want to watch the broadcast on. And all of the ones Jared just said, we are on there. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Any one, whichever is your favorite platform, you can go ahead and click on that and watch these examples live.
All right, Don. So do you have another example you want to throw up there? Maybe one for, a mortgage.
Oh yeah, yeah. Listen, I want to do this one here. Let me put this up here. This is an example. Now we just did an example for a business person. Here's an example for a single mom. Okay, newly divorced, wanting to make sure that her children, her two children, can still have a great lifestyle and she can still keep them in a house instead of going to an apartment because of the divorce. So here's the deal. The loan was $156,500, all right? And she never had a mortgage on her own before. So somebody told her about the P.I.L.L method, and this is what we did for her. So she wanted to know, what would this cost? What would this mean for her? So what we showed her is that in the first 5 years of this loan, you would pay it down by $44,829. But this is how much you would get out of that money: $14,949.52. Meaning, she would pay out $29,879.48 in interest in the first 5 years. Folks, you need to write that down. Okay, single mom trying to do her best to get out of debt, and she's going to pay down her loan by $14,949.52, but it's going to cost her $29,879.48 in interest to do it at 4%. Folks, that's highway robbery. We think that when we get a good interest rate, that somehow that equates to a low interest cost. By no means does it mean that. That's low interest rates, when they amortize it, turns into a huge interest cost. That means the bank wants 71% of what she borrowed in the form of interest. What? Let me put it to you this way. If her loan was just $100,000 for 30 years at 4%, just $100,000 for 30 years at 4%, the bank would want $71,870 in interest on a $100,000 mortgage at 4%. Folks, how is that 4%? When she's going to pay back $71,870 on a $100,000 loan. How is that 4%? Listen, when you're a P.I.L.L method client, we not only show you how to pay off the debt early, we help you to understand how money actually works. Your education starts with a P.I.L.L method, and it continues as a P.I.L.L method client. We set you up with client support. We set you up with a coach. We set you up with financial literacy. We set you up with people who do nothing. We have people on our team that do nothing but show you how to grow generational wealth. It's a one-stop shop. All right. So here's what we're doing here for this young lady. Now remember, in 5 years, now she has We did all of this work before she closed. She was supposed to pay $29,879.48 in interest, because this is where we focus. Well, what we showed her is, instead of paying a total of $112,477.46 in interest, okay, she was only going to pay $28,000 out, and not over 30 years. She was going to be able to pay her loan off in 6.7 years and only pay out $28,050.40. Wow. That's what we do, folks. And I need you to focus on this number, the $28,050 that she's going to pay out over the life of the loan now is now to 6.7 years. And the bank wanted to charge her $29,000 in the first 5 years. She's going to pay out less to manage this loan than the bank was going to charge her in the first 5 years. I mean, I get excited every time I see that.
Wow.
This is the kind of work we were going. This is the kind of work we can do. I got to say this one more time, Kirk. Bank was going to charge her $29,000 in interest, almost $30,000 in interest in the first 5 years. And everybody in her neighborhood is doing that because they don't have the P.I.L.L method. But she's going to pay out $28,000 to pay off the whole shooting match in 6.7 years. That's it.
My. There's one quick question here online. I don't want to interrupt you, so let me know when I can pull it up.
Listen, do that, man. Go right ahead.
No, I think it's James Frazier. James Frazier is asking, well, just came in. Does this work for car payments? Well, James Frazier, I think we have an answer for you.
Yeah, it works for car payments. So let's go ahead and put something on the screen here. All right. So what we're going to do is pull up. We're going to pull something else up here. Oh, okay. We're going to put an amortization schedule on the line, and let's delete that. Let's do $35,000 for let's see. Okay, wait a second. We're going to do 45,000 because it's a new car. I love doing new cars because the used cars these days cost almost as much as a new car. So we got $45,000, and we're going to do it at 3%, and we're going to do it for now. Here's the thing: when you're doing car loans, okay, most people think that the best way to get a car loan is try to get the lowest interest rate you can and the shortest term you can so that you can get out of debt. Get it for the longest term you can. Now, why is that? Because the P.I.L.L method only looks at what you borrowed and what your interest cost is. It doesn't really look at how long you have to pay it off. So if you have a loan for 60 months, this loan could pay off in 2 years. If you have it for 72 months, it could pay off in 2 years. If you have it for 84 months, it could pay off in 2 years, because we're not looking at the months. What we're looking at is how much you owe. But if you have a smaller payment, we have more options. Having more months gives us a smaller payment, and then that gives us more options in accelerating the loan. So let's not do it here at 60, let's do it at 84. Okay, we're going to take this payment out, and this is what the payment would be for this loan: $594.60. So here's what we're looking at. All right. So now when we take a look at this, the bank wants you borrow $45,000. They want you to pay back $4,946.40. That's what they're looking for if you keep it for the entire time. That's actually a little over 10%, almost 11% of what you borrowed. But look at the interest payments. Okay. Look at the principal payments. So anytime you pay extra on your car loan, you can cut interest costs. You can cut interest costs. So what we're going to show you is when you make your car payment, the program will point out to you, especially if you have other loans. You could have a car payment, you got a mortgage, you might have student loans, you got some other loans. The program is going to tell you when to save, how much money to save in your savings account, when to pull money out of the savings account, and when to attack each loan in the right time, in the right month, on the right day of the month, with the right amount of money. For just as an example, if in the first month, this is how this loan breaks down: $482.10 goes to principal, $112.50 goes to interest. The next month, $483.31 would go to principal. Now, I'm just using this as an example. This is not how we work the program, but I'm just using this as an example. If he knows how much money he's going to pay next month, does he have to wait till next month to give him that money if he has it? Well, this is money he was going to pay anyway, folks. He was going to pay it anyway, but he can actually give it to the bank in a way which makes it impossible for the bank to charge him interest. So if he gives it to him in the same month he makes that first payment, he skips right over this line and goes immediately to line 3 for his second payment. Now, he has a payment every single month, all right? But if he gives him this money early, he saves himself $111.29 in interest that he never has to pay. And he's on line 3 of his schedule for his second payment instead of line 2 for his second payment. So the program is going to tell you when to put money on the debt and out of your budget, how much money is left over out of your budget, and it's going to tell you, put it in savings. And we're going to bring up the whole program here in just a few minutes for our next example. Put that money away, and then the program tells you when to pull it out and when to apply it. If you apply the wrong amount of money to the wrong loan in the wrong month on the wrong day of the month, you will definitely pay more interest than you need to. And I want to be very clear on this, Kurt, and I need you to help me out here, okay? People have been paying off loans early for years, correct?
Very correct.
They have been doing it without the P.I.L.L method, correct?
Yes, sir.
You don't need a computer to tell you to pay more money and to save interest, do you?
No, you don't.
No, you don't, okay? You can do this all on your own without our program. But what you cannot do is optimize your interest savings. The math is too complex, and there's too many calculations to be done to figure out what to do. Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to get into this thing, and we're going to talk about how computers make decisions. If you pay the right amount of money at the right time, you can save the maximum amount of interest per dollar. If you apply an extra dollar to your debt at a certain time, let's say out of all the debt you have, you could save about $6 for every dollar you apply to principal. Wouldn't that be great?
Absolutely.
But what if you did it wrong and you're only saving $3 per dollar?
I would still be happy if I was unaware that I made that mistake.
Right. And that's the thing. You're unaware that you're unaware that you could have saved 6, but you'll settle for 3 because we don't know how to optimize interest savings. So this is where the program comes in. So when you get out of debt, you said, listen, I got out of debt early. And then somebody comes along and says, well, how much interest did you save? And the answer has to be, I don't know, because I wasn't tracking interest savings. And then you go through the whole scenario again and tell them what you did. And then you find out, oh, by the time you got out of debt, you paid $70,000 more in interest than you needed to.
Mercy.
You're out of debt, but you paid way too much interest doing it. So people have been getting out of debt on their own for eons.
Yeah.
But there has been no tool to help them to optimize the debt. Now, here's what you do. You have to have the right amount of money, Kirk, on the right day of the month, in the right month. So you don't do this every month. You only do it at strategic times during the year so you can optimize your interest savings, okay? Here's how computers make decisions on how much money to pay. They look at your finances, all right? And then a computer moves one penny, because what a computer does is zeros and ones, folks. Computers are not smart, they're just fast, okay? So they're going to take the money that you have, and they're going to take one penny and move it on every day, on every month. One penny and move it every day on every month. And then 2 pennies, and then 3 pennies, and then 4 pennies, and then 5 pennies, until it comes up with the right amount of money in the right month, on the right day of the month, on the right loan. That's thousands, that's millions of calculations to come up with the optimum amount on the optimum day. Who wants to sit around and do all of that to try to figure this out? When people are online saying all you have to do is pay extra, all you got to do is pay more. But how much more? How much interest am I saving? With that kind of advice, folks, that we've been hearing for years, here's what happens. 9 out of 10 people that you know will never pay off a mortgage. I'm not talking about people that I know or worldwide. I'm talking about 9 out of 10 people you know. I don't care how old you are right now listening to this, whether you're listening to it or watching it online. Just count how many people you actually know that had a mortgage and have actually paid it off. It's less than 10% of the people you know. If all we had to do was pay extra, then why are over 90% of us failing to do what we set out to do when we got the mortgage in the first place? All right. If there are no other questions right now, because I got a little story about how these mortgages actually, how mortgages
No
and
other
stuff
questions.
actually
Good.
work.
Let's hear the
What?
story.
Here's the story, man. Here's how it goes, folks. It goes like this. 2 people meet. All right, and they decide to form a union. They get married, and they start, and they want to have a child, and they're in this apartment. Say, oh man, we're about to have a baby. Let's move out of this apartment. Let's move into a house. And when they move into that house, they have a new 30-year mortgage. All right. And now the baby is born, and they're in. So and then it's about 4 to 5 years later, they're making a little bit more money, and now child number 2 is on the way. So they have now 1.5 children. At 1.5 children, they decide, you know what, this place is too small. We're making a little bit more money, and what do, Kirk? They go out and buy a new home, and get what? A brand new 30-year mortgage, correct?
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so now they're into this home for a few more years, about 5 to 7 years into this home again. Now remember, they were in this loan, this 30-year loan, for 5 years. After 5 years, they got a new 30-year mortgage. So does that mean now it's going to be 35 years before they're out of debt, Kirk?
Exactly.
30 plus the 5. Okay. So now, 5 to 7 years later, guess what? Interest rates drop. Okay. When interest rates drop, okay, guess what happens then? What do they do when interest rates drop, Kurt?
Well, the general advice is to go ahead and refinance so you can get that lower interest rate.
Okay. So they're 5 years in, okay, on their 35-year mortgage. And so now they refinance to get the lower interest rate. And get a brand new what?
A brand new 30-year loan.
A brand new 30-year loan. Now it's a 40-year loan. 5 to 7 years later, now the kids are getting up in age. You know what? They really did intend, Kurt, to put enough money away for the kids' college. But somehow, with everything going on, just didn't happen. So to pay for little Johnny and Susie's college, what do? They do a cash out
refi.
And get a brand new what, Kurt?
30-year loan.
That was at least 45 years. All right. And so now little Johnny and little Susie, they're finally, get through college successfully. Mom and dad did their job and they move out of the house. And now mom and dad have this big old house that they're knocking around in. And they said, shoot, we're getting up in age. I don't want to be cleaning and taking care of the yard and doing all this big house. So what do? They downsize. And at age 55 or 60, they get a brand new 30-year mortgage to downsize. Folks, that's the story. That's how this game plays out. That's the system we're in. Americans don't have 30-year mortgages. We have a string of 5 to 7-year mortgages until we die. It's time out for that. It's time out for that. If you want to know how not to do that, go ahead and click that button up top. Go to ice10klive.com. Click on the button that says get a savings and earnings report. Once you get the savings and earnings report, then you can know the month, day, and year you can be debt free within 7 to 9 years, not 30 years to never. Figure out how much interest you're going to save. And then once we do that, we take that money, show you how you can invest that in your family to grow generational wealth. And then you'll have money for college. You'll have money for retirement. You'll have money to pass on, not only just to your children, but to your children's children. There you go.
Amazing.
Jared, back to you, sir. What's going on?
All right. Yeah, so if you're in the room on Clubhouse, make sure you click that greenhouse and follow the club. Also, make sure you go to the upper left-hand corner. I know it looks like Kirk is talking, but it's actually the man with the blue shirt and the big smile to the left, the black heart. Not black heart literally, but just on his avatar. Don, go ahead and click on his profile. Give him a follow. There's 42 people in this room. I would love to see him hit 7K while we're here. Not just for him to hit the number, but so that you can be alerted every time he pops on his stage talking about real estate or talking about financial empowerment. He's on some amazing when he's not in the P.I.L.L method, but you want to go ahead and make sure you see him in the hallway. And also make sure you click on the YCEO, Aaron, Kirk, Olivia, Credit Goddess, Coffee Brown, and Kenyatta, and you give them follows as well. And check me out. I have a lot of great replays in my bio so you get an idea of what I do. But we have about 50 minutes left. We would love to get into some live discussion questions with somebody in the audience. And if you'd like to come on stage, please raise your hand. Come on stage, ask a question about your situation, or if you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter, go ahead and type in your question. Car loan question was great. You can ask about student loans. You can ask about refinances. You can ask about your mortgage. Feel free to ask a question. If there are no questions, this is the quietest, most shy room I've been in since we've been doing this. But we can have another example, Don, thrown up on the screen. And then after this example, I want to go ahead and let people know about your best-selling book on Amazon so that they can take and understand it even better and share it with their friends and family. So
we have something online. It is here's one. We kind of touched on the car loan thing already, Don, but I don't know if you want to touch on this one. They've given some specific details here.
Okay, what do you got?
All right, so it says my brother has 2 car loans. The first is $50,483 at 5.9%, 56 months. I don't know what with a per diem of $7 87. The second is 46,328 at 7.04% at 54 months with a per diem of 865. What are your
I
thoughts
think
on
that
this?
okay. My thoughts are we probably need to know how much. See, here's the thing, folks. We're not trying to make a decision based on just the car loan. What we're making a decision on is what is your budget. Without a budget, all right, it's going to be impossible to figure this thing out. Now, when most people think of budgets, Kurt, when they think of a budget, they're thinking of something that is restrictive, okay? When we think of budget, we think of something that's restrictive. We're not thinking of something that's just tracking. A budget actually tracks how much money you make and how much money you're spending. Do you realize most people have no idea? If you ask them how much money they make a month, very few people have actually added it up. When you actually ask them how much they spend each month, very few people have actually added it up. So when we're talking about a budget, we're not trying to put people into something that we're trying to restrict how much they pay. We're just trying to let them know you need to know how much you're making and how much you're spending. How much are you spending on your grocery budget? How much are you spending on entertainment? How much are you're spending on insurance and cell phones? Just track it. And once you track your money, then you know how much you're actually spending. So why does it feel, Kirk, why does it feel like it's paycheck to paycheck? So we're going to put something else on the screen to handle that particular question. And we're going to show you some things. And so I'm going to reset my account here. And we're bringing the P.I.L.L Method Opportunity Cost Calculator on the screen right now, the program that does all of the math. So, Ms. Kenyatta, are you in the building?
I am.
Ms. Kenyatta, will you tell these folks, if they've never seen the Opportunity Cost Calculator, they need to get online right now so they can see it.
Yes,
How
and how you
they do
do
that?
that, you guys, this is how they do that. They go to ice10klive.com and they pick between Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, how to see these examples. And when you get there, share it with your friends.
All right, folks, listen. And start pinging some people in here so that they can see this. Start sharing it in the hallway by hitting those circular arrows in the bottom left. And if you don't see those circular arrows in the bottom left where you see the number 12, that means you probably need to update your app. So go ahead and get that updated. So well, after the show, of course, because you don't want to miss a minute of this, a second of this. This is John and Rebecca Jones, okay? And in their accounts, let me show you what we're working with here. All right. They have an auto loan of $25,000 at 4%. They've got a Visa.
Hey, Don,
At
you haven't
21%.
shared that thing yet. I know we
Oh,
want to see. Come on and share it with us.
Lord have mercy. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So let me get in here and do just that. All right. Hold on. Okay. And we need to share. Let's see. That's why you need an expert engineer on this thing. All right. So let's go ahead and put that back up on the screen. How's that? Can you see it now? Because I can't hear you.
Oh, yes, we got it now. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the wrong thing. So let me get this off. And let's put this on. Tell me if you can see the opportunity cost calculator. You seeing that?
Oh, yes, we see it now.
Okay, great. All right, so let's go into accounts, and let's see what John and Rebecca Jones are working with. John and Rebecca Jones have an auto loan, okay, at $25,000, is at 4%. Their payment is $460.41. They have a Visa at 21%. They got $2,000 on the Visa, and they have a mortgage at 6%, $200,000. Their payment is $1,199.10. So here's what we know for sure. If we take a look in the upper left-hand corner, we see potential interest savings, okay? The program, without them paying a dime, has looked at their finances and said that if you follow this program, you're going to save at least $179,393 in interest you will never have to pay. This is where we focus on the interest savings, on the interest you will not pay, on the interest savings. And because of that, John and Rebecca Jones, using their current budget, the same budget they qualified for all of these loans, they'll be able to pay it off in 7.7 years. Okay? Because of all the interest they're not going to pay. How in the world are we going to do that? If we change this, so listen, here's what we could do. All right? If they started these loans today, we could put it right on the screen. They're going to be done on August 12th, 2029, 7.7 years from now. Folks, how would you like to know that? Being able to plug in the numbers and know the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free without sacrificing lifestyle, because when you put your budget in, you tell us how much you want to spend on your lifestyle. It goes in first. How much does your family spend per month on average to create memories and to have some fun along the way? We ask you to put that in first so you can live an enhanced lifestyle. Lifestyle, number one. Do you know what's last on the list? Getting out of debt. Last on the list is getting out of debt. And I believe Credit Goddess and Olivia would probably back me up on this. If you're not psychologically healthy or emotionally healthy when it comes to your money, if you're always upset that you can't go anywhere or do anything, and you're just working to pay bills, then all you're going to do is fall off that debt diet and you're going to splurge. Am I telling the truth, ladies?
That
Miss
is
Olivia, I
correct.
see you flashing your mic. What do you got to say about that before I get into this thing?
No, I just feel like mentally, and you have to be financially stable. If you're not financially stable, there's no way that you're going to ever be able to get out of debt. You have to be able to, I like to call it healthy spending. You have to understand your spending habits. Once you understand your spending habits and is able to implement it in the correct way, you're able to not only go broke, but also be able to handle your finances in a correct way and be able to pay off debts. There's many different methods where you can pay off debt, but again, if you're not mentally ready to do so or financially stable to do so, that will not be able to happen.
That's what we're talking about, folks. So what we're saying is, and there's so many counselors out there that said all of that fun spending, all of that other spending has to stop. Oh no, I don't want to live like that. I don't know anybody who does live like that. Guess what?
That's living paycheck by paycheck, and no one wants to live that way.
No, nobody wants to live that way. So listen, folks, here's what's happening. People who do that are already predisposed to live that way. It's in their nature to be serious savers. They don't go anywhere, they don't do anything, they're homebodies, and that works for them. They save every single dime. And I know you know some people who do that. They're not doing it because they have a goal to do that. They do that because they're predisposed to live that way. That's just who they are. And for the financial gurus to tell you that you must be like them, when we're not predisposed to be like them. No, we need a program that's going to work for us, especially if you have a family, especially if you get depressed. You know that whole thing about all work and no play makes you a dull person. It's true for most of us. So let's figure out how much money we want to spend on play and plug it in. How much money we want to spend on savings and plug it in. How much money do we have on our loans? We plug that in. And then the last thing we plug in is how much do we spend on food, electricity, on cable, phones, all those other things. And when you have all of that in, guess what? You're tracking how much you're spending. And when you hit each one of those benchmarks, you are going to have money left over. And when the program sees the money left over, it's going to ask you to put that in the bank. That's what we attack the debt with. We attack the debt with money left over after you've had fun. Do not take away the children's money for travel, soccer, to put on your car loan. Well, that makes no sense at all. Okay, so put all that stuff in, have a good time, and let's get out of debt. Let me show you what's going on here. So we're going to go back to the action plan. John and Rebecca Jones, we have in here how much money John is making and how much money Rebecca's making. John gets paid every other week, makes $950. Rebecca gets paid every week, makes $700 each time she gets paid. So when we tell the program how much we're making, when we get paid, we just click execute and then tell the program, yeah, this is what we made. We made that, and we execute that. And then it disappears from the screen. Well, when we take a look at that, we go into the accounts, we can see that when John started this whole thing, he had $500 in the bank. See, his starting balance was $500. He put in $950, and now he has $1,450 in the bank. The program knows exactly how much you have in the bank because you told it so. Okay? So it knows how much money you have in checking. It knows how much money you have in savings because you keep reporting. Now that he has enough money, now that John and Rebecca Jones have enough money in the bank, they can now pay their mortgage. They're going to subtract the $1,199.10 for their mortgage from their bank account. We must subtract the same amount from their virtual bank account in the program, so the program knows how much money that they're spending. So watch this. They're going to pay their utilities. Rebecca gets a paycheck, and then you start to see these little arrows. Look at this. You talk to me about this, Olivia, credit goddess, or any credit specialist on the stage. Look at this. When the program says, we're going to take a look at how much money you're spending on fun and how much money you're spending on everything else, after that's all done, the program says, at this point, you have $100 in checking. In your checking account, move money on this day from your checking to your savings, $100.90, because that's money you don't need for anything else. That keeps you from living paycheck to paycheck, because your spending stops because you know how much it costs you to live. Don't spend beyond what it costs you to live. And then the program says, put that $100.90 in savings. Then pay your phone bill. Rebecca gets another paycheck. And look here. It says, oh, we're starting out in December, by the way. It says, take money from your checking account, put it in savings, $588.72. We're going to put that into savings. Once we do that, look at this, folks. There's no extra money this month going to the mortgage. There's no extra arrows here. There's no little arrow saying, put extra money on the Visa. Just pay the minimums. What? Don, are you saying I'm going to pay the minimum on a credit card? Yes, pay the minimum on a credit card. Pay the minimum on the auto loan. And the program will tell you when to pay. Well, when is the program going to tell me? Well, we're starting the windows to next debt transfer. We click on next debt transfer. It says, okay, we start out in December, but by February 6th, we should have $3,120 in the savings account to apply to debt. So, Miss Olivia, credit card, anybody, how good would it feel to attack the debt out of your savings account instead of trying to restrict your budget and feel as if you're not living life? How would that feel? Oh my goodness. Wouldn't that feel great? All right. So now this is, Don, are you saying take all of the money out of the savings account and apply to the debt? Absolutely not. Guess what we're doing here, folks? We're going to go into preferences and we're going to go and take a look and see here that John and Rebecca Jones, at all times, they've told the program, keep $4,700 in the savings account at all times. Don't touch. Keep hands off. So we're not using all the money. And if they want to keep $6,000 in savings, they want to keep $8,000 in savings, that's totally up to them to figure out what their family needs to keep in savings to keep going. You choose how much you want to keep in savings. So no, they've chosen $4,700 to keep in savings. So when the program says we're going to put $3,120 in, that means they have to have over $7,000 in savings before the program says, let's take a little bit of that money and put it on the debt. Kirk, what do you think about that, man?
My mind, you know, one of the things it's really cool is, of course, seeing you go through these examples, but then also having my own login to the system myself, right? So I have my own opportunity cost calculator, and I'm just looking at what you're showing. I'm like, yeah, okay, I've seen that part. But then you go into areas like this that I've never been in before, and I'm like, my goodness, I didn't even know it had all that stuff in there. I need to get back with my coach. So listen, I think it's absolutely phenomenal, Doc. This is you're setting captives free out here. There's no doubt about it.
All right. So here's what we're doing, folks. So what we're doing is telling the program, now this is what we call macro money. Okay. This is what we call macro money. Now we're going to take a look at what is micro money. Micro money. Now, there's a text in the Bible that talks about gather up the fragments that nothing be lost. Okay. So what happens when your utility bill is not $200 this month? These are the averages. You tell the program what your average bill is, like for utilities, but it's never the same amount any 2 months in a row. But let's just say that the utility bill is not $200 this month, it's only $150. Okay? And when we execute that, all right, tell the program we only spent $150 of the $200, the program says, oh, let me tell you, since you already have a fund budget, let me tell you what you're going to do with that $50 instead. You're going to put it in your savings account. We're going to add it to how much money you put on debt, and we're going to tell you that your average increase on the amount of interest saved is going to be about $250. Kurt, how would you like to know that that $50 that you would have spent on the electricity bill that you didn't have to spend is going to save you now $250 in interest on your debt?
Yeah, that's a great way to spend that money. I would love to know that ahead of time so I can make an informed decision.
Yeah. So here's what we're talking about, folks. Now the program says take that, put $150.90 in the program. Now watch this. We're going to skip down through January. Program is saying, okay, no money going to debt yet. Let's put it in savings. Let's put money in savings. Let's put money in savings. And we get down here into February. Look. We're still putting money in savings. Then it says, Kurt, look what it says here. On February 6th, take money from which account, Kurt?
From savings.
And put it where?
On the Visa card.
Oh man, pay that Visa off to zero. All right, we made minimum payments on it until the program says take the money out of savings, drop it on the debt, boom, it's gone. And how much interest did we save by not paying the Visa with minimum payments? The program calculates how much interest savings. What is that, Kurt?
$1,738.34
Listen, isn't it good to be able to know that?
That's almost the amount that you just paid off.
Watch this. So now we're paying off the Visa and we have a little bit of extra money left over. Now remember, we have several $1,000s in the bank, but the program says stop here at $1,166.98. Don't pay any more than that. We're not even going to round up, Kirk, to the next dollar. Or we could easily round up to $1,200 here. But the program says stop here because this is the optimum amount and the optimum day. Okay? So when we do that, the program says, oh, because you paid this amount, Here's how much interest you save on this mortgage, $5,675.26. Now, I'm going to try to break down what this means. If you're looking at your amortization schedule, every month you know how much interest, principal and interest you pay. In other words, if John and Rebecca Jones paid down the $1,166.98 the way the bank wants them to, they would also have to give the bank $5,675 in interest to do the exact same thing, doing it the bank's way. But if they prepay that money out of their savings account that's making 1/10 of 1%, take that money out of the savings, apply it to the mortgage in the right month on the right day of the month, they will save $5,675.26 in interest they never have to pay. But Kurt, what if I didn't know what I know? What if I said, I got that extra money that I told the program not to touch? What if I went into that a little bit, okay? And I rounded this thing off. I said, well, let me put 1,500 on there anyway. Program instantly recalculates and says, now you're going to save $7,259.77. Well, Kirk, does that look better?
I believe it does.
Yeah, that looks better. All right, because I keep adding in money here. But let me show you something here. Let's go back to the original example, and I'm going to show you why it's important to follow the program and what it says, folks. Follow the program because it says put this much on the debt, and we're going to bring up a calculator. All right, hopefully I did this right so we can see the calculator.
We got it.
Okay, I just got rid of it. Hold on. You scared me. All right, here we are. Okay, so now let's figure out how much interest we're saving per dollar here, Kirk, okay? So what we're going to do is put in our interest savings of $5,675.26. We're going to divide it by the amount of money that we're paying towards principal, which is $11,066.98. And that equals 4.863. So for every dollar we're putting on principal, we save $4.86 in interest we never have to pay. Folks, what did I just say? If you gave me $1 and I gave you back $4.86, how many times would you do that?
Every day.
Every day. That's what we're talking about, folks. So listen, what we want you to know is this. The bank has to do the same thing. You pay them the right amount on the right day. If John and Rebecca Jones did this, for every dollar at this point, at this juncture, that means every dollar they give the bank extra, that means the bank cannot charge them $4.86 in interest. Isn't that a good use of your money that's sitting in the bank making 1/10 of 1%? You can't get that kind of return hardly in the stock market. Come on, folks. That's what we're talking about here. But I'm not going to listen to the program, Kurt. No. What I want to do is I'm going to take the program, I'm going to change this to $1,500. Remember, we saved 4.863. We're at 4.863 in interest savings. But when we put in the $1,500, now we're going to save $7,259.77. We're going to put the calculator back up. Now, how do I know this, folks? It's because, I'm autistic. And some people call it, that I have Asperger's. It's a high functioning form of autism. When I take a look at all of this, I see the patterns. Okay, I really don't do well with the numbers, but I do see the patterns of how the bank has constructed an amortization schedule. And when they construct it this way, they construct it to make money. But I see the weaknesses in it, so that if we reverse engineer what they're doing, we can save at the same rate that they're charging us. Okay, so let's go ahead Let's put in the 7,259.77. We're going to divide that by the $1,500. Divide by 1,500. Voila. 4.839. We're saving less money per dollar. Wow. You know, it would appeared in my mind that if we put more on at the wrong time, I just saw the patterns that we would save less. I didn't know it until we actually did the math. And when I got some software engineers on the job here to write, because I don't write code, all right? So we need to be able to have something for people to put in their numbers, and so that they can know instantly what to do. All right. So what if we decided to tell the program anyway? You see this number over here to the side, Kurt. This was where it says potential interest savings, 179,421.
Yeah.
Okay, that is if you follow the program. That is how much interest you will be able to save overall by following the program. But I'm not going to follow the program. I'm going to do 1,500 now. I'm not going to wait till the 6th. I'm going to pay it on the 1st. I'm going to pay it more, and I'm going to pay it early. Then the program is going to show me what the result is. Watch this when I click on, watch the last four numbers here, the 179,421. Watch this. The 421 becomes what, Kirk?
396. Oh, sorry, 386.
Wow. We paid more at the wrong time, and we're going to save less interest overall. If I tried to explain this to you on a street corner, would you ever believe that by paying more at the wrong time would actually hurt you in the long run?
Never. Unless you showed it to me, I would never have believed that.
Listen, folks, this is what we're talking about. It's not just throwing money at the debt. So there's some detractors out there that have never used the program, and they're writing stuff. They see what we're doing. They see what we're talking about on YouTube. We have 30, we've got 37 programs up there talking about this thing, and they're saying, "I'll just pay extra. You don't need a program to do all of that." But see, by paying extra, they're setting you up for paying $50,000 to $70,000 more in interest than you need to pay. This program is designed to do one thing, not to pay off your loans fast. This program is designed to pay off your loans cheap. And by the time when you put that money on the debt, it sets you up for the next time you're going to be putting money on debt, which is March 13, which is my birthday, by the way. I'm dropping some hints. March 13, 2022 is my birthday. They want you to put another $3,000 on debt, John and Rebecca Jones, money that you're going to save up in your savings. The program sets you up for that. All right. Any questions before I go into our last example here?
The question I have is
Nope. David Hunt just says it looks like Don is still in the Virgin Islands. Kudos. But other than that, we don't have no other questions. Go ahead.
Hey Don, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Jared. I think we're barely hearing you though.
Yeah. So my question is, your best-selling book on Amazon, what can they get out of it by purchasing the book?
All right, I think I have somebody who wants to come up to the stage too. All right, fantastic. All right, so here's what you can get out of that book, folks. Please get the book today. It is the only book on Amazon that helps you to understand what you are seeing here. Okay, it's the only book that helps you to read and understand an amortization schedule and how to take advantage of it and stop letting it take advantage of you. Out of 33 million titles, it's the only one that gets deep into helping you to understand how to defeat an amortization schedule, how to beat the bank at its own game. So if you get the book, when you buy the book, okay, and I'm encouraging you, buy the book today, and you will get a 10K card that goes along with it. All right, and we've got YCEO here to tell you, why is it, Tiffany, why is it so important to have a 10K card?
I am so glad that you asked, because this room is being sponsored by 10K Cards. It is the authorized digital business card on and off of Clubhouse. Everyone is amazed who uses it. Get all of your combined links in one place: your website, your social media handles, plus multiple ways for clients to make payments for your services and products. You guys, we just dropped some brand new products. Make sure you go to 10kcards.com. We form partnerships with the best brands on the app, like the Pill Method, to help Clubhouse users earn more money while they're on and off the app. What are you waiting for? Tap in, and Queen Kenyatta is going to tell you how to get in here and get your card, because Don, the man with the plan, has made it possible. So make sure you get started with your 10K card today. Now, back to Queen Kenyatta.
So you guys did yourself a favor and you bought the Pill Method book. What you want to do is screenshot that receipt as proof that you did so. Go to ice10klive.com. Go over to the left side, 2 slots down where it says I'm ready. Upload that receipt and also build out your very own 10K card with your digital outlets and your email address, your phone number. Specify to us where you want that digital card sent, and you will receive it in an hour or less, and you will have your very own 10K card valued at $100.
All right, all right, all right. Listen, I believe, do we have a question on stage finally?
Do, man. Pearl, we really appreciate you coming up. Please let us know what your question is. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi. This is Pearl. I am looking at a condensed version of amortized table, okay, from a textbook, okay. So let's say I didn't quite understand, but let's say, right, I'm looking at month 1, there's a payment 665.30. The interest is 583.33. Principal is 81.97, and then there's a remaining balance. That's what a amortized table should be. So let's say I'm looking at this, right? Let's say I hear you say if you pay more, you save more on interest. So I go down to, let's say, payment number 3. Payment number 3 says that I have to pay principal 82.93, right? Because that's what the amortized table said. So that means when I look at the amortized table, I have the choice, not the bank, I have the choice to write a check at 82.93 instead of just doing 81.97. I mean,
Okay,
instead of just paying the first payment.
here's what we're talking about, Pearl. Okay, so do you have how much you still owe on this loan and the interest rate available?
No, I'm just looking at it from a textbook. That's all.
Oh, from a textbook. Okay,
I'm
okay.
just using
So,
this
okay,
as an example.
okay. So, how much is the principal payment on the first line?
Principal here is 100,000 at 7%.
No, how much is the principal payment?
Principal payment on the first payment is 81.97.
And 81.97. How much is the interest?
This one, the example is 7%.
Oh, okay. This is going to be lovely. All right. Give me the example that's in the book. How much do we owe on this loan? Did you say $100,000?
100,000 at 7%.
100,000 at 7%. Okay.
And monthly
And
payment 665.30.
okay, monthly payment is what?
665.30.
665.30. Okay. Now, I'm going to calculate that, and it's going to tell us how many months that breaks down to. Oh, that's a 30-year loan. Okay.
Yes.
That's a 30-year loan at 7%. Here's what I have. Okay, we have the same thing on the first payment, $81.97.
Yes.
And the interest payment is $583.33, correct?
Yes.
Okay, folks, this is a perfect example of a high interest rate loan. And I was talking to an investor. I have an investor that says, I have a high interest rate loan, but I need to get out of it. And I said, you need to look at what the loan is actually going to do for you first before you get out of this loan. Okay? So here's what we're saying, Pearl. If you're looking at this, let's just say that first payment is in January. Okay? You make your first payment in January. And then the second payment, $82.44 will go to principal in February. I'm saying if you pay that in January, all of the $82.44 goes to principal. You're paid down to line 2 where it says $99,835.59. You're paid down to there in January.
Okay, yes. Okay. All right, yes.
All right. And so your next payment for February is on line 3 when $82.93 goes to principal and $582.37 goes to interest.
No. But I'm saying my amortized
I understand what you're saying, but I need to teach you this part first. Okay?
Yeah, I kind of understand that. Yeah.
I understand.
How am I supposed to tell the bank? I'm supposed to write a check.
Pearl, I'm trying to answer your question, but I have to take it in phases. Okay?
Okay.
Because I know you understand, but by you bringing this question to the stage, other people don't understand it as well as you.
Okay.
So I want to go in steps. Okay? So here's what we're saying. If you can do this and you pay this early, okay, and you pay down to here, all right, you're paid down to 580. You pay the 82.44 early, then you're down to 99,835.59. Your next payment is on line 3. All right, that is the new February payment. So, and what happens to the 582.86 in interest on line 2? What happened to that?
Really kind of just disappear.
It does disappear. It just disappears. Okay. Now, what you were asking is if I make a mortgage payment on January and the first payment, do I have a choice of which one of these to pay? Okay. So
that's one question.
Okay, so here's what we're doing. You want to prepay the 82.44 plus the 82.93 plus the 83.41 to get down to the 83.41. And you get to skip out on over $1,500 worth of interest.
I understand that. Okay, but the bank is expecting me to pay 665.30.
Right, you pay that every month. Right. You have to pay that every single month. And anytime you pay extra over that, you save interest and you save time. But every month you have a payment. The payment doesn't change ever.
So I understand. So you're saying first month, if I get a loan, 100,000 as 10%, as 7% for 30 years, and I get this amortized little neat amortized table. So I made my first payment in January, 665.30, and then I write. But this payment is going to pay $81.97 plus, and then the interest. But I also write them another check for $82.93.
Yes, you can do that.
Right? Okay. Once I write that $82.93, I'm really skipping the second interest because I had to pay the first month interest anyway.
Right.
There's no way getting around it.
There's no way getting around it. You skip that second month's interest.
Right. So therefore, let's say if I have a little bit more money and I pay the number 5th payment, then I skip the 2, 3, 4 interest.
No,
yes?
You can't. No. You can't do it by just doing 83.90. That's what I was trying to point out. To do what you're trying to do, you would have to pay 82.44 plus 82.93 plus 83.41 plus 83.90, not just the 83.90.
Oh, okay. I had to add up all the principals.
Yes.
And pay them. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. I was like, I was like, what do you mean I get to choose? Not to choose the
No,
last one. I skip
yeah,
everything.
that's why I needed to explain it to you in total.
I
Does that
gotcha.
make
I gotcha.
does
Okay,
that does
great.
that make sense,
Yeah,
Pearl?
yeah. Yeah. I just add up all the principles and you skip the interest.
Right. So
But you,
if you want to know exactly how much to pay for you, we're not telling people just to pay any amount. Our program tells you exactly how much to pay so that you can maximize the amount of interest you're saving per dollar.
exactly. Just that the first payment interest, you there's no way to get around it. That's all.
Yeah, no way to get around that.
Okay. Great.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. That is very
You're
that's if I didn't learn anything today, this is this is a good thing. Thank you. Thank
okay.
you.
So
I'm
Pearl,
complete.
I need to
Yes.
I need to ask you a question. You have a book
Yeah.
there that has this
Yeah.
amortization schedule in it, right?
Yeah.
But does it explain how to save interest and how much interest you could save? Does it explain that?
Of course not. Why would they tell you? Why would they tell you? Come on. Why would they
but
tell
but
you?
but Pearl, I actually tell
Yeah.
you in my book, and you just made that point for us. There are a bunch of books out there that show you what an amortization schedule does, but there's no books out there that tell you how to beat it. My
I
book is the
know that.
only
I
book
know
on
that.
Amazon that does that. So get my book too.
I know that. Okay, I will go get your book. But your book is the digital book. Your
No,
book
you
is
can
the
get it.
digital.
It's digital and paperback.
I get both. No, just
No, you
kidding.
can you go to. Oh, Pearl, you messing with me today? Okay,
Yes,
get
I
Pearl off the
am.
stage. Get Pearl off the stage. She's messing with me. Pearl,
Well,
thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
I'm
much for
complete.
bringing that question to the stage. I'm telling you, you helped a ton of people today. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Folks,
Thank you. Okay.
we've come to the end of another 2 hours. I mean, this has got to be the fastest 2 hours on Clubhouse and on the internet. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about what we're doing here. And I see Lorna in followed by the speaker. She's there. We're actually staying in her short-term rental. And while Jared is doing the outros, I'm going to pin Lorna's 10K card to the top so you can actually see where we're staying. And I'm telling you, if you book with Lorna here in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, all you have to do is mention Pill Method and see what kind of discount you can get. Oh my gosh, it is such a fabulous place. Listen, Patricia and I have the whole place to ourselves. Okay, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 balconies, and I can see the ocean for miles. Oh my gosh, what a fabulous place! All right, good. Go ahead, Jared. Take us. Do the outros. I'll pin the link to the top.
All right. So again, thank you so much for being in the room. If you haven't already, make sure that you click that greenhouse at the top and follow the club. Also, make sure that you're following Don, upper left hand corner right next to me. Let's get him closer to that 7K mark. All right. So everybody in the room, if you haven't already, make sure you click on his profile and give him a follow. Also, make sure that as you hear the outros, that you show some digital currency to all these amazing moderators and check them out in their hallways, support them. This is Black Excellence on the stage for Black History Month. They do rooms on credit, they do rooms on mindset, they do rooms on commercial lending, finance, real estate. So definitely tap in with everybody. And yeah, we will see you on Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And we also have Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We do this room 4 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and then Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, so we're going to start from the bottom and go up. So, Coffee Brown, are you around to let the people know who you are and how to get a hold of you? All right, she is not, but tap in with her bio, check her out. She does a lot of amazing things, a lot of amazing content, and you can catch her on her 10K card, coffee, KOFFE10K.com. And you can check out all of her socials. All right, Credit Goddess, are you in the building?
I am. I am. Hey, everybody. Great room as always. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. You guys can catch me at creditgoddess10k.com for any of my services. I do offer both personal and business credit services, DIY and done for you. And I also educate live at Be For University. If you guys are more like a DIYer, I do educate on that platform. If any of you guys want done for you services, you guys can definitely tap in with me on the personal and business credit tip. So that is on creditgoddess10k.com. If you want a detailed credit analysis, which I do suggest everyone to tap into first, because I do not believe in prescribing without a diagnosis, and credit is just that. Everyone's credit journey is different. So you want to know exactly where you are so that way you can start your credit journey to gain access to other people's money and then go ahead and apply Don's method. So go ahead and tap in with me at creditgoddess10k.com. Thank you guys for having me here, and I'll see you guys on Friday.
All right, thank you, Credit Goddess. Make sure you definitely tap in with her. Up next is Olivia.
Hey guys, again, what an amazing room. So happy to be here with you all. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure you're following the club and following all these amazing moderators. Like I stated before, I am a realtor out in New York City. I do all of 5 boroughs. I do Westchester, and I also do Orange County as well. I primarily assist with first-time home buyers. I deal with commercial leasing as well with sellers. If you are interested, please make sure you're going to my 10K card. That's Olivia10k.com. You'll be able to see all of my socials there. You'll be able to visit my website. And sign up for a free buyer's consultation if you're ready to purchase a home. And also, if you're a seller, you can also compare other markets around you to see. You can also do a comparative market analysis to see what your home is qualified for. So thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic back to Jared. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys as always.
Absolutely. Make sure that you follow Olivia. Very active on Clubhouse, adds a lot of value. So make sure that you're not missing out on her rooms. All right. Up next is Kurt. Sorry to
Man, so
mute you real quick.
Don
You
is
have a
just
little
out
background noise,
there
but
with
it's up to you,
that
Kurt.
gorgeous background, man. I'm telling you, this is just unfair.
You got to
Don is
unmute, by the way,
traveling
on
back
Clubhouse
tomorrow.
if you're
You're
So
muted.
talking.
You're muted.
I'll go ahead and tap in while he's getting unmuted. Go
am,
ahead and
am I
get that
muted?
digital currency, Kurt. Get those followers. You almost at 1,000. I'm depending on you to take some
So
more Don's followers. He needs to share.
you're right. You're right,
Hey
Jared.
everybody, I'm Tiffany the Y CEO here on
Okay.
Clubhouse,
I don't
and
know what
in my
I don't know
physical
what's
world,
going
I'm
on here.
known as
What
Tiffany Davidson. I have
are
2
you
amazing
able to hear
kings
me,
that I've
Don?
raised, and they're doing the daggone thing.
Okay,
One's
so
a
if Don can
banker,
hear me.
and the other's a international influencer now. So yeah, they're doing all that, and I just love it because I've always taught my children the value of money, and even though they were
In
raised with privilege.
Clubhouse.
Oh, there you are. Come on in, Kurt.
Yeah, I'm not certain why the mic got muted. It wasn't muted just 2 seconds ago, but either way, thank you so much, Tiffany, for going. I was just saying that background looks so good, Don. It's almost unfair for everybody to see this. Don is heading back tomorrow, and he'll be back in Huntsville on Friday for that show. But I will not be here for that show, and so let me tell you what's going to happen here. I get to serve as your producer for this show, but I've actually had Talik with me the entire show today. Talik's been actually the one putting up the banners, changing the scenes and all that stuff. So he's going to be running the show on Friday. Talik is one of those guys that I've been training up. This is one of the things that I do is not only do this service for clients, but also train folks so that they can do this for themselves. I mean, you've heard Don say it multiple times throughout the show, man. He is one of the greatest students. he says he's not techie, but I disagree. He's been sharing his screen. He's been doing all kinds of stuff, and he's doing it with excellence. He's doing it. It looks good. It looks really good. I mean, and he's giving us that view again right now. It's not even fair, but yes, this is one of the things I believe about live video is that everyone can do this. There was a time where some folks said, you know what, I can't drive a car, but driving is just a part of life now. And I believe that there will get to a time where live video and streaming and engaging in this way will become a part of life as well. And so all I'm trying to do is help you to understand how to do that for yourself. And if you want a producer like me, then absolutely tap in kirk10klive.com. But if you have somebody that you're saying, man, I would love for them to be trained up to know how to do this for me, man, send them my way. I would love to be able to train them. We have that program as well. Again, I get to serve as your producer here. I will see you on Monday, not Friday, but Talik will be taking over on Friday, making sure the show goes well. Thank you.
Hey, Kirk, tell me before you go, what's the temperature in Huntsville right about now?
Now see there.
Now you
Why
now
why
you
you
now
want
you're
to pour
playing with
salt in
us.
the wound?
I'm trying to pull up the temperature right now.
He just
It's
want to pour
44
salt in
degrees,
the
Don.
wound.
44 degrees. I hope it gets colder for when you come back tomorrow.
I hope his blood is thin and he's freezing.
Have mercy, folks. I love this. I love this. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you guys. You know what, guys? It takes a team. It really does. Wealth building is a team sport. And that's why we're up here and we really enjoy each other's company and we learn from each other all the time. So it takes a team to help everybody. And one day you guys will be up here doing the same thing. And there is no room too small. So we're really excited that y'all came out today for this midweek Bible study on finances. Well, I'm the YCEO, as you heard earlier, and I teach wealth building. I'm in the commercial space, so I teach a lot about community development and how to get assets for your community. So I'm not going to belabor that or repeat that, but you can tap into me at yceo10k.com. I see Don looking at his watch because he's trying to get to the beach. I saw that. But if you come out today at 3 o'clock, today you will hear a whole lot of gems being dropped. I'm going to be in there not alone, but with the team. Rosa Lord Credit Goddess will be there. Kelly, Automotive Kelly will be there. Valley will be there. Darlene, another guest we have, will be there. And Miss Cooper might drop in like she did last time and left me speechless, guys. What we're going to talk about today is how to make sure that you are fundable. And this is week 2 of our series. So today we're going to tell you there is a list of certifications that you need to be doing for government or corporate. It's not the same thing, 2 different certifications. People get it confused all the time. So again, we start on time, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we end on time. Why? Because I value everyone's time and I want them to come back again to give you some more gems. So guys, tap into me. We love you. We appreciate you. And we're giving you all that we can to try to help you on this Clubhouse journey. God bless everybody. Back to you, Jared.
All right, Kenyatta, you're up next.
As always, we appreciate your presence and pray that we've earned the privilege of your time. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com, and I'm your real estate professional that can assist you with finding great deals abroad and also fund those deals and also help you to cancel that interest on those deals so we can get you started all over again. So I look forward to helping each and every one of you with any facet of real estate, and have a great day.
And Kenyatta, you feel free to come on and tap into us at 3 o'clock anytime, Queen. I don't put anybody under pressure. So any of you all want to join, come on in. I invite you to the stage and we have a conversation. Yes.
Yes, if I'm able to, I will be there.
Yay.
All right, hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jared Albritton. I've been doing, I do a lot of different rooms on Clubhouse. I really focus in the tech space. I've been in tech since 15 years. I have a room tomorrow where I have 30 plus recruiters from Google, Microsoft, Amazon, IBM, Twitter, etc., giving opportunities, promoting roles that they're looking to fill, and you in the audience can shoot your shot. We've had over 100 people get roles in these rooms in 2021. And tomorrow's room is going to be really jam packed with some amazing Black women in tech in honor of Black History Month. And the goal is diversity in tech, and these Black women have been just rocks for the tech community, and they've been really, really advocates for getting Black women, Black men, LGBTQ into tech. And if you have kids looking to break into tech, you got family members, friends looking to break into tech. This room is dope because you can skip the applicant tracking system and go straight to the hiring managers, straight to the recruiters, are the employees that are doing referrals. So definitely tap in with me or share my profile with anybody in your network looking to break into tech. And then also tomorrow, I'll be bringing Ray J, multi-platinum recording artist, social media star, as well as reality TV star, brother Brandy Norwood, to the app. We'll be doing rooms weekly on Clubhouse, breaking down how he handles business, how he deals with celebrity, how he strategizes from doing, TV networks to tech companies to producing music. So it's going to be really dope to have him on the app. So Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, will be in the Business Club. So if you want to see that and all the guests that Ray J is going to bring to the app, there's some really crazy guests he's bringing. I was shocked when he was telling me who he's bringing to the app. So you definitely want to tap in with that. And then also, I'm a part of the 10X Incubator, partnering with Grant Cardone. Goal is to get more diversity in the startup space by funding tech founders from all the way down to a tech idea on a napkin up to having a minimal viable product. If you want to see my website, pitch10x.com/diversity, you can go to my Instagram and click the link in my bio, or you can go to Twitter and click the link in my bio. I recommend Twitter because I am heavy on Twitter Spaces. It's a version of Clubhouse, but it's on Twitter, which is a much bigger platform. We have a room tonight with Afrotech, one of the world-renowned tech conferences focused on Africans and African American diaspora at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be talking about NFTs. If you're not in the NFTs, this will be a great room to learn about it. So just go to my bio, go down to the bird icon that says Dr. NYC, and check out my Twitter feed. It has a ton of resources when it comes to tech, the metaverse, NFTs, crypto coins that are likely, 10x over the next couple of years. So I support rooms that support generational wealth. That's why I support Don 4 days a week. That's why I do rooms on government grants. That's why I do rooms on tech jobs, and a whole lot of other topics. So check out my replays. If you want to be in the room for these rooms, then you can go ahead and give me a follow and you'll get alerted when I do rooms. And I got a bunch of rooms coming up over the next week that I think would be really impactful. And I'm partnering with Clubhouse to put together Black History programming. So yeah, stay tuned with me, tap in. And yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass the mic to Don so that he can give his final thoughts on how to get in touch with him, the book, his Paradise Resort location, get access to her, whatever you want to talk about, Don. You got the last word.
All right, listen, folks. Here's what we're doing. We are here. We have several units here that Lorna has. In fact, let me show you a little something. She is building out something else over here. So we have another unit that's, I don't know if you can see that okay, another unit being built here. So this is kind of gives you an idea of the different levels of this unit. There's another unit over there, straight ahead. We're building out another unit here, and I'm staying here where there's 3 units. So folks, this thing is fantastic. You want to come here, wow, and look at the view, right? So contact Lorna. You see her 10K card up there, and then mention Plymouth and get a discount. So did we mention that? Did Kenyatta get a chance to mention that?
Don, that wind is way too loud, man.
Okay, sorry. I go inside. That's why you need an engineer. All right. So Kenyatta, did we talk about the Get Access tour? All right. So remember, so right now, so the Pill Method is also a sponsor of the Get Access tour, which is going to be in Atlanta next month. And you want to be there, go to my 10K card and get the information on the Get Access tour. A lot of us are going to be there live, and it's going to be fantastic. Get good information, folks. You're absolutely going to love it. So anyway, let's get the book, get the 10K card, and also don't forget to fill out the information so that you can get a savings and earnings report. All right, know the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free. Folks, this is our last show from here for now. We enjoyed being here in the Virgin Islands. We enjoyed being a guest of Lorna Bartlett, who is the owner of this fabulous place. Please check in with her. Let's see, is she still in the room? No, I think she left out. But anyway, oh no, she's still in the room. All right, she's in the section following the speakers. All right, follow her, give her a follow. All right, and then touch base with her on this. Send her a message in the back channel, and then do what you can to get here and enjoy this fabulous space. We enjoy being here. So, folks, we'll see you again on Friday. We'll be back in Huntsville, and we're looking forward to giving you more and more information on how to beat the bank at their own game, how to cut your interest costs by 75%, buy and hold investors, how to cash out refi years sooner at a much lower interest cost, how to take that money that you are now paying in interest and invest it in your families and if you're in real estate, how to buy more real estate with that interest money. If you're looking to invest that money in the stock market, if you're looking to put it in some sort of other vehicle, insurance or annuities, do something with that interest money. You're no longer paying the bank. I guarantee you, you will be happy you did, and you'll be much better off. Looking forward. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for following us. We are at almost 7K. I appreciate all you guys that follow us and follow the club. Listen, we'll be back here on Friday, and looking forward to seeing you at that time. All right, Kirk Nugent, take us out.